You're a new parent. Trading is pretty much predominantly your income right now. Like, how are you able to handle that pressure knowing, if this trade doesn't work out, I might not be able to.
If you're losing a couple of trades in a row, take a bit of time out, away from your desk, away from the charts. You'll come back with a fresher mind. Tried quite a few challenges before I was able to pass. I was realising I was sort of failing on the same bits each time when my lots were a bit high. And then I changed that. And then it was trying to rush the challenge more towards the end and keeping the trades on not a bit longer and not taking profits when they're short. So then I altered that, and then I started changing things.
Sam, thank you so much for coming on today. How you doing?
Yeah, very well, thanks, Sam. Yeah, great.
Awesome. Good to hear. So, Sam, tell me a little bit about how you kind of, where it all started for you trading-wise.
Yeah, so I had a couple of friends that traded. One of them did like crypto, one of them did like the German DAX. That was a few years ago. I used to watch them do it and then decided I'd give it a go myself. It's taken me probably about 3 years to become to a stage where I can pass challenges and become profitable at this point.
That's about, 3 years, a lot of people will be like, oh man, that's a lot of time. But that's actually, I would say, averagely quicker than most people still. I think like the average is about 5 years normally to get to the stage where you are. So you're doing actually very, very well compared to the average, But when you first started, was it like what kind of situation were you? Were you kind of working a full-time job? Do you still work a full-time job alongside your trading?
So the reason I started is because when I did start, I did have a part-time job,
Right.
and I traded part-time. But then I had a child, so now I look after my child during the week. So I'm kind of like a part-time trader dad.
That's incredible.
Yeah, full-time dad.
Congratulations as well. To handle that kind of pressure as well, you must have a strong mindset. I've got to tell you that.
Yeah,
a lot of people would struggle to handle that. So
yeah, it is hard. It is hard when you've got a kid hanging on your neck when you're setting stop losses. Yeah.
Fair play to you, man. Fair play to you. Sam, I know you have or you're eligible for a payout today. Can we do this live? Let's get it cracking. Get you paid.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do this. All right.
Okay. That's tripped.
There we go. It's pending.
Good.
So I'm going to start a little timer. All right. Boom. Done. Little timer started. So Sam, whenever that comes through, let me know. I'll hit stop. But yeah. So let's talk a little bit more about kind of your trading. What do you kind of look for on a day-to-day basis when you get on the charts? What's kind of, what are you looking for?
Yeah, so I'm mainly going to be working with the support and resistance. I look at the sort of previous day highs, previous days lows, mark out areas of interest. So I'll be looking at the chart to go to before I were to enter a position, and then I'll be looking at certain take profit points once I'm in that trade, where I would take partials on the way to finally take profit. Yeah.
Very nice. So quite a simple, breakdown of the market. You're not like, I don't know, doing quantitative algorithms or something like
no, not really. Yeah, I do look at it quite simply. I like to sort of play the chart as I see it. I do take into effect upcoming news in the week.
Yeah.
Or indeed on that day itself. I'll look at making sure my positions are nice and safe, or they've been trimmed down to a size that slippage wouldn't hurt me that much, or they'll already be above break even. Just things like that, sort of caretaking on the positions. Yeah.
No, absolutely. And but this, this is a point that a lot of beginners don't realize, is that you can have a really simple way, and sometimes simple is actually best if you just look at the market in a simplistic way. But as long as you execute the strategy correctly, mostly, most people fail because they fail to execute. They'll backtest, show that they got an edge, but then the moment they're in the live conditions, they're doing stuff that they wouldn't have done during backtesting. So how do you find, like you told me, you're a new parent. Trading is pretty much predominantly your income right now. How do you find, like, how are you able to handle that pressure, knowing, if this trade doesn't work out, I might not be able to, because you've got to have a really strong mindset to handle that. And I find that incredible that you're able to do that. Like, is there any tips or tricks you could give to someone?
I think it's best to have certain rules that you can apply to your trading every day. For example, if you're losing a couple of trades in a row, take a break. Always stick to your risk management, no matter what, no allowances, and take a bit of time out of your trading, away from your desk, away from the charts. And you'll come back with a fresher mind to it all, and you'll be a better trader for it. You can overtrade. Yeah, that's my advice.
Absolutely. Well, I find that fascinating, and I have a lot of respect for you for making it work. Because I personally, like, my training only really I saw noticeable improvement when I had another stream of income as well, because I didn't put all my I couldn't handle the pressure, truth be told. And, I don't have a child, so it's only me who I have to depend on. But, I don't know how you do it, but fair play to you, man. You got a much stronger mindset than I do, that's for sure.
Yes.
So would you say you're naturally quite a calm, logical individual? You're not like a overly emotional person or something?
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, exactly. I'm not that emotional. I am calm. I actually see it as a challenge. If something's harder like that, it's kind of more of a challenge, and it'll make it better anyway. So yeah, I try to keep calm with it all and take it in its stride. Yeah.
Definitely. Really good stuff. So Sam, how long have you kind of been trading prop firms, not just Hola Prime, but as a whole?
Probably I'd say about 3 years or so, 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah, nice. And you said that, it took you a bit of time. It was a bit up and down, rocky at first, which is completely normal, obviously. When did you kind of see results? Like, and was there a particular kind of aha moment? Was there something you implemented that you did differently?
Yeah, so when I was tried quite a few tranches before I was able to pass one, and I was realising I was sort of failing on the same bits each time. So at first it was my risk management, my lots were a bit high, and then I changed that, and then it was more of I was trying to rush the challenge more towards the end and keeping trades on not a bit longer and not taking profits when I should. So then I altered that, and then I started changing things. So once I just started altering what I was doing wrong to fail them. Yeah,
definitely. No, good stuff. And in terms of risk management, do you have like a set percentage you risk per trade, or what's your style when it comes to that?
Yes. So ideally, I want to aim to risk no more than 0.25%. Sometimes I can stretch it out on multiple trades to like 0.5% or so, but ideally it's 0.25%, and that allows me to survive any sort of losses or drawdown on the account. Yeah, which I will be.
Phenomenal. And just to point out to the viewers here, you're pulling in really good numbers and you're risking 0.25%. People who want a full port and risk everything to get a big payout in one trade, it shows that consistency, you can get the same results and essentially never really risk blowing your account because you're only risking 0.25%. And at the end of the month, you're still getting, a decent payout. And that's the way forward,
Exactly,
100% the way forward.
Exactly, yeah, like slow and steady on a bigger account is much better, because then you have the account for much longer. Yeah,
absolutely. What's your favorite instrument to trade? Like, what's your go-to? thing?
Yeah, so I trade gold mainly. It's been absolutely booming recently as well, so it's been a nice, it's been a nice one to trade. So I trade gold in 90% of the time, and then as it's closed on the weekend, if I do need a trading fix, I'll close. I'll trade a bit of crypto, a bit of Bitcoin or XRP, something like that. Sometimes.
Okay, nice, very nice. Yeah, gold's been mental. It's like a meme coin.
Yeah.
Silver's even more crazy. I mean, it's just wow. But yeah, and are you more of a kind of swing trader, intraday, or do you like to scalp?
Yeah, so depending on what sort of position we are on the chart, but I like to do some intraday. I do some swings sometimes depending on the chart position, and I like to try to turn my day trades, and I like to try to turn them into swing trades if I can, just to see if they do fly.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you enter a trade and it's looking like it's got a lot of momentum and it's going, and it looks like it's going to even extend way past your original TP, you're happy to kind of trail it and keep riding
exactly.
it.
So I'm fine to sort of take half off it. So take half the amount off a trade as profits, and then I can let the rest of it fly just to see where it goes and leave it on for some time, and then it can turn into a bit of a swing trade sometimes. Yeah, that's normally my style with it. Yeah,
that's really good. That's really, really good, because I can't remember who it was. I think it was Tom Hugard or someone said, you want, when you're wrong, when you're right, you want to be really right. So really kind of maximize, squeeze out every penny you can, because sometimes you'll enter, and if you're not fluid with the market, all right, your TP gets hit and you're happy, but then you look back in a couple of hours and you're like, oh, yeah, damn, I left a lot of money on the table.
Yeah. So, exactly.
Trailing is an awesome strategy, really kind of trying to squeeze every penny out of it. And when it works, like, it doesn't happen all the time, sadly, but when it does happen, it's like, whoa. So do you find like...
Brilliant, yeah.
Go on. Yeah.
When I was, it's brilliant because you wouldn't normally leave every trade on as a swing trade, but if you can just leave it a little bit on, you will eventually catch something that goes off. So it's quite nice, and it's quite a fun way of trading. Yeah, I like it.
So Sam, is it possible you could actually pull up a chart and kind of show us, a little bit about how you trade? It would be nice to kind of see the visual of it.
Yeah, certainly, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so I'll go out on the higher time frames on the charts, just to it gives me a wider picture of what I can see and what I can look at to see what's been happening. I'll look for sort of support and resistance zones when I'm going down from the lower time frames. And then I would normally sort of mark out areas of interest where I thought that the price could hold or change. And I normally do this with some of the tools on the map. Then I'll go down to look out for a position to enter on the smallest time frame, normally 1 minute or 5 minutes. For example, I would look on maybe for a buy there or something up until the resistance. There may be another, and I'll look for another TP maybe somewhere like that. If that was to be a trade, a gold trade, for example. Something like that is what I would do there on gold.
Nice. And is there kind of like, when, say we get to that support level that you were looking to buy at, for example, would you, like, what would be kind of your confirmation to enter? Is there something you're looking in particular for? Yeah,
so I'll probably normally look for a closed candle of a higher time frame to close bullish, to close green. So maybe a 1 hour close or a 30-minute close above the previous support resistance.
Gotcha. So yeah, extremely simple, but very effective if executed correctly. And I think the execution is the magic here, because, like, I can't remember which time frame you showed it at, but say, for example, on this one, say you bought at support down at the bottom, and your first TP was about midway. You've got it. Yeah. Like, a lot of people, I think, would panic at the highs of that small range we're in. So just a bit below, about 5.5 30, I think it is. It's a bit blurry,
Yeah.
but I think a lot of people might panic there, and if there's a bit of a pullback, which probably there will be,
Yeah.
a lot of people will just get out rather than let it ride. So I think like execution is really what matters. Because if you backtest it, you can just click a few buttons and okay, yeah, it would have worked out great. But in real time, as long as you don't interfere. So are you very much kind of set and forget type trader? Like you set the stop TP?
Yeah, so I tried to be kind of a set and forget trader. The more I'm trading, the more I'm getting like that. At first, I used to watch every second of it like a hawk, and I used to just edit my trade too much and spoil my chances a bit. So now I sort of set it and forget it. I trust my analysis, and that's how I would prefer to do it these days. Yeah,
definitely. And in terms of, say, the trade got to those to the high of that range, would you kind of go to break even at that point, or are you?
Yeah. So what I would normally do is once it reached a point that I believed I wouldn't get stopped out by it, I would set it to break even. Yeah, just to secure and keep that initial capital safe, and then I would start taking partials off the amount that I traded to make it a bit lighter, but also keep the trade alive to hopefully get to my final TP. Yeah.
Definitely. No, really good stuff. I love it. So in terms of time frames, do you like to kind of, start on a higher time frame and then kind of drop down to the smaller ones? Is that...
Yeah, normally I do. Oh, I've just got the payout email through. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm going to hit stop. Cool. Sam, could you show the viewers the email if that's possible? And just for the viewers... That was 24 minutes. It is a bank wire, so it does take a little bit longer than Rise or crypto, but awesome stuff. Still well within the 1 hour payout that we offer. Beautiful. There we go. Awesome stuff. So, Sam, congratulations again. In terms of, your experience of Hola Prime, you've been with us for how long now, roughly?
Probably about a year and a half or so.
Okay, very nice. So you've been here like straight from the beginning almost, on when we started, and you've had multiple payouts. How has your kind of overall experience been with Hola Prime?
It's been really good so far. By far the best prop firm I've had an experience with. Really professional, as you've seen, payouts super fast. Been awesome. Yeah.
Say you have like a bunch of trader friends or someone who's a trader. Would you recommend Hola Prime to them?
Yeah, and I actually have. I've recommended it to a couple of my friends who are currently passing challenges. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, hopefully I can do an interview with some of your mates. That'll be awesome. Yeah. When you did first come across us, were there any kind of doubts or fears you had at the time?
Just with sort of, I hadn't actually heard of Hola Prime myself when I first got the challenge. So there's always that fear of the unknown. But now looking back, there's actually nothing to fear at all. It's been absolutely great. Yeah.
Amazing. Really good to hear. And thank you for all your feedback as well, Sam. One last question, then we'll wrap this up. In terms of the future for you with Hola Prime, what's kind of the long-term goal for you?
Yeah, so I've currently got a 100k account. I'm going to get another 100k account, try to pass that, combine them both, and then I've got more capital to trade with. So that's what the future's going to look like with Hola Prime.
Perfect. More capital, bigger payouts. It's a very bright future. Sam, thank you so much for joining me today. Congratulations again on your payout. I hope to see many, many more in the future. And hopefully one day, as you get bigger accounts, more capital, bigger payouts, it will be great, in a few months, however long it is. If we could have a little update, see how you're getting on, that would be awesome.
No worries, Sam, I will do, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great one as well. And to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, go ahead, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, turn on channel notifications, join our Discord, do all that good stuff. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care for now. Bye-bye.
Hola Prime. Trade with transparency.